What's up, guys? Um, I know I'm a few days late when it comes to making this video. Um, I want to talk about the Once Upon a Time in Hollywood movie. This is just me doing a movie review. Um, oh, and spoilers, 100% spoilers. I'm going to be spoiling this entire movie. So, if you haven't seen the movie, I recommend you go see it and then check out this video. But if you haven't seen it and you still just want to hear the basic synopsis of the video, then stick around, whatever. Um, Basically, the movie is 2.5 hours long, starring Leonardo DiCaprio, Brad Pitt, and I forgot the girl's name. She played Harley Quinn in Suicide Squad. I forgot her name, but basically the movie, it's good. It's really good. Honestly, I would go see it again. Uh, Me personally, I wish it was. Honestly, I wish this was a 3-hour movie because. Okay, well, I'll get to that. But let's just say, it's good. It's a good movie. Uh, and no, this isn't a podcast. This is just me talking about just the movie, and that's about it. I should have a podcast up within the coming days. If not, I'll update you guys on my Facebook and let you all know. Um, Basically, this is Quentin Tarantino's ninth movie. Love Quentin Tarantino. He's a great act. He's a great director. He's an okay-ish actor. I mean, I don't know why directors act in their movies. I don't know why that's a thing, but like I said, this is ninth movie. Um, the movie is set in the 70s. 1969, I believe, is the actual date that the movie is set in, and it's about this actor named what was his name? What was his name? Rick Dalton and his stuntman Cliff Booth, and what was it Maggie Robbie? Is that her name? I think that's her name. It's about her character and basically their lives. Well, for like the next I believe the movie's time span is 6 months of their lives or whatever. But it's mainly about Leo and fucking Brad Pitt in the movie together. That's basically what that is. And about this actor that is struggling to become a big time actor. Like people know who he is. It's just he hasn't hit like a big Hollywood role yet. And he's trying to become a better actor by doing these Western type films and TV shows and everything like that. And I love how it's Leo acting as an actor and the actor acting as another actor. I honestly I like that. And the movie the movie's great. It's good. It's honestly hilarious. I'll give the movie credit. It's hilarious, but it's not as like bloody and action packed as a regular Quentin Tarantino movie usually is. It's basically like a documentary type thing. I would go as high as to saying that it's a documentary about this actor and a stuntman. And basically, Rick, he's trying to become a better actor, a bigger, star. And Cliff is his best friend that drives him around because he has too many fucking DUIs and he's an alcoholic. And honestly, Leo is he's a funny actor. I will give Leonardo DiCaprio his credit because he was actually pretty funny in this movie. But it's well written. I'll give it that. It's well produced and it's at some points in the movie where it's like it's a movie, but then at the same time it's like you're just watching like I said, a documentary. And mind you, I'm not really good at whole movie reviews. I just threw this video up just to throw it up, and uh, basically, Leo and Cliff, they live. I do they live together? No, they don't. They don't live together. Leo lives next to a famous movie producer, and he's saying how like I live in Hollywood, and I live next to a very big producer, and they live in a gated community and everything, like and basically he's like going through the fact that like he is Rick Dalton, like he's this good actor that deserves better, and he lands this western movie that actually is pretty good role for him. And hold on a sec. Uh, it's kind of hot in here. Cliff, he just wants to, be there for his best friend and everything, and be a stunt man because that's what he is, stunt man, and he wants to land, jobs required for a stunt man. And he had this incident with a producer of a movie that he did called The Green Hornet, and him and Bruce Lee got into a fight, and it got crazy, and Cliff killed his wife on a boat and shit. But that was like back then and shit when they were doing like flashbacks and shit of what happened in their lives and how they got to where they got. And a majority of the movie is basically Rick being in these. They're showing these western scenes of his old movies and old TV shows, and then him being in a current movie acting out that, and then it fast forward about like 6 months in the future where you know Rick, he went to Italy. Was it Italy or some part in Europe to do these Italian movies, and he got a few good Italian movies, and he ended up getting married to a co-star of his. And mind you, it's a 2 hour and a half movie. So they did a lot of like backstory, and well, I wouldn't say a lot of backstory. Well, yeah, they did a good amount of backstory, and they did a good amount of like, who is, Rick Dalton, who is Cliff Booth, and they did a pretty good job with that. And then they fast forward 6 months, and Rick and Cliff have been separated for a 6 month period. And Rick told Cliff that he couldn't afford him, so they was gonna do like one last project together, and that was gonna be it. They were gonna get drunk and celebrate the way that men celebrate. Get drunk out of their minds, and that's it. They part ways. They got so drunk that they left their fucking car at the bar and took a cab home, and that was fucking hilarious. That's goals right there. But um, oh, and before that 6 month period, Cliff, he went to go see one of his old producers in this old, I wouldn't say like abandoned like movie set area where he lives at. And the old guy, he's like blind and shit, and he think he has dementia or some shit like that. But basically, these hippies are like, it's a weird like cult looking thing. But um, Cliff, he noticed this hippie girl, and she was trying to hit it off with him, trying to give him top in the car and shit. And he's like, "Well, I need to see some ID." And she was like, "Oh, you playing games?" And he's like, "Yeah, I'm not gonna try that shit. Fuck that." Then he was just surrounded by all these hippies and shit, and they was just looking at him like he's crazy. And I'm like, this is some weird, like, this is Quentin Tarantino right here. Quentin Tarantino would do some shit like this. But But went to go talk to one of his old producers, and then one of the hippie guys, he fucking slashed one of his tires, and Cliff beat the shit out of him. And he was like, "You're gonna fucking fix this shit. Like, I'm not giving you a choice. Like, you're going to fucking do that. Period." And he was like, "Oh, you not go fuck yourself," and all that shit. And Cliff was like, "Okay, bet." Beat his ass, threw the extra tire on the ground. He was like, "Fix this shit right now." And then dude fixed the tire, went home and shit. And then we fast forward 6 months, and the one of the leaders of the fucking hippies, and I think three other girls, was trying to find Cliff, and they ended up running into Rick at his house, telling them to. He was telling them to get their hippie car away from my fucking house and to just leave and shit. And then one of the girls, after they left, one of the girls, they was like, "You know what? We should just fucking kill everyone up there, you know? They're actors that pretend to kill people, and in real life, there's people that are actually dying in the war and shit, and they don't know what death is like, so we're gonna fucking show them." And they were like, "Yeah, yeah, let's fucking do it." And the funniest thing happened. One of the girls that went up there with them, they was like, "Oh fuck, I forgot my knife, and I gotta go back to the car, go get it." He was like, "All right, make it quick." And he was like, "Yo, you need the keys to, get in the car." She was like, "Oh yeah, right, yeah." She goes to the car, turns on the engine, and pulls off. And he was like, "What the fuck?" And it was like, she just fucking left us. It was funny because I can imagine like three people I know that could do some shit like that, and and they was like, "You know what? Fuck it, we're just gonna do it." And they break into fucking Rick's house. Mind you, Cliff, he got a cigarette from one of the hippies that was dipped in acid, and he smoked that whole cigarette while walking his dog. And I love this dog, by the way, because he trained this dog very well, and I love the connection between him and the dog. But he got this cigarette made of acid, well, dipped in acid, and he smoked the entire thing. And by the time he got home, he was fucking gone, dude. Like, it was funny as fuck. Like, the dude, he ended up tasting fucking dog food, and it was so fucking weird. But I was like, you have to be a certain level of a high to do some shit like that. And and they ended up breaking into the house, and dude said some weird shit like, "The devil sent me. I'm here to do the devil's business." And Cliff was looking at him like, "Dude, I know you. Um, what was your name?" And he was like, "Yeah, I'm the devil. I'm here to do devil's work." And he was like, "No, something stupider than that. Rex? No, it's Tex." And and the dog was like, ready to pounce on him, like, just say the word and I'll fucking do it. Like, dog was just looking at him like, "When you gonna tell me to fucking kill this guy? 'Cause I'll fucking do it. I'll do it." And Cliff was like, "Get him." And then he fucking chewed his fucking hand off, chewed his leg off, chewed his dick off. It was fucking like, now it looked like a Quentin Tarantino movie. And one of the girls got her fucking face smashed in, and like Cliff literally took the girl by the head and just smashed her fucking face into the wall and shit. And I'm like, "Oh my fucking god, like, this shit is fucking crazy." And then one of the girls got her fucking leg chewed off by the dog, and she started going crazy. Her face got fucking glass all on her face, shit bloody as fuck. And she started going insane, just screaming with a knife in her hand, like, "Ah, ah, ah." And Rick walked down. He was like, "What the fuck is this?" And like, "What the fuck is going on?" While he has a frozen fucking margarita in his hand, he was like, "What the fuck is going on? What the fuck is this shit?" And she fucking ran through the window, and glass was all on her face and shit, and landed in the pool. And Rick grabbed a fucking blowtorch and just torched her ass like, fucking die, you hippie bastard, die, you fucking hippies, and and hold on, my fucking camera froze for a second. Gotta fix that. There we go. And it was great because I was like, why don't you just fucking, if you're on fire, you're already in the pool, just dive in. But, she got fucking burned alive, and that was hilarious. And then his neighbor, the producer, the famous producer, was like, hey, what happened? What's going on? He was like, well, it's fucking hippies just, broke into my house, and, you know, just broke into my house, and we had to get rid of him. And he was like, "Oh my God, is everyone?" And the producer was like, "Oh my God, is everyone okay?" And Rick was like, "We are. Hippies aren't, And he was like, "I took a blowtorch and I torched one of them, burned them to a fucking crisp." And I was like, "Yeah, like that's fucking lit." And the Rick was like, yeah, it got crazy, my friend's in the hospital right now, and, shit got wild. And the producer was like, you're Rick Dalton, my wife talks about you all the time, and she always wanted to meet you. And the wife was like, oh my God, are you okay? You should come up here, have a couple drinks with us. And he was like, yeah, sure. He was all like, nervous because, he's always wanted to meet her. And he goes up to their house. The camera's like, above them. They're all talking outside. They hug, they go in the house. They talk, go in the house, and that's the end of the movie. And literally, when the title of the movie popped up, I was like, is that seriously it? Like, I kind of want there to be more. Like, I kind of wish this was a 3-hour movie. Like, I felt like there should have been more to the story. And yeah, that was pretty much it. I was like, holy shit. Okay, like it was enjoyable. I'll watch it again. Honestly, it was a good movie. I'll give the movie credit. A solid like 7.5 out of 10. I'll give it that because only reason why I give it that rating is because I want to see more of it. And the movie was funny. The actors were great, phenomenal even. Uh, Hell, even a little girl that was, being an actor in one of the movies that Rick was doing was like, that was the best acting I've ever seen. And, he started to cry. He was like, I'm Rick Dalton, hell yeah. Like, I'm him, I could do that shit. And I really enjoyed it. I really liked it. I recommend people going to go see it. Uh, it's a funny movie. It's a good movie. I recommend going to watch it again. Quentin Tarantino's ninth movie. So honestly, I could say it's one of my favorites. Top 5, no question. But yeah, that's pretty much it. That's all I got for the movie. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, 7.5 out of 10. If you haven't seen it, go see it. It's a really good movie. If you have seen it, see it again. It's pretty good. Give credit where credit is due. And that is it from me. I'm gonna be making a podcast soon, and I'm gonna be making another video. Hold on. What? Hold on. And I ended right on cue because I gotta go take care of some business. We're gonna be making a podcast soon, and I'm gonna try to make a video showing off the figurines that I have in the background. I'm gonna be showing my collection of those and a new one that I just got not too long ago. And I'm gonna be making more gaming content. I just don't know what game I'm gonna post yet. I might make a Black Ops 4 video. I don't know yet. I gotta go through my plethora of games and see what I'm gonna do. But that is it from me. Thank you all so much for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe, share with your friends, turn on your notifications for more, and leave me suggestions on, what games to play, what topics to talk about during the podcast, and thank you for all your love and support. It's been your boy Sean. Talk to you all later. Peace.